Well, the ill-fated quest to defend their championship from last season just came to an abrupt end for the 2024-2025 Boston Celtics amid the crushing confirmation that Jayson Tatum did indeed suffer a right Achilles rupture last night in their Game 4 road loss to the New York Knicks to fall into a nearly insurmountable 3-1 series deficit. And oh, sure, 13 teams have done so in the history of the NBA, overcome that deficit, that is, of the 293 teams that have faced it. So perhaps not impossible, but needless to say, an uphill battle. Certainly, though, for a team with the extreme talent discrepancy that Boston holds over New York, it is more of a probability. Yet that discrepancy in talent just got a lot thinner with their four-time first-team All-NBA 27-year-old superstar done for the series and for the foreseeable future, with confirmation coming today that the Achilles did indeed rupture. The injury to Tatum occurred around the 3-minute mark of the fourth quarter, and the Celtics were already trailing by 7. So make no mistake, while this injury might be the ultimate nail in the coffin to Boston's title hopes, they were well on their way to that 3-1 series hole before he crumpled to the ground in agony. And just how we got here was the pathetic Celtics unravelings at home in games 1 and 2, where they hoisted up a laughable 100 three-pointers in the first 2 games, missing 75 of them and blowing not one, but 2 second-half 20-point leads in both games to get into that 0-2 hole heading on the road. Now, this series was going every which way but right from the tip for the Celtics team, a team whose entire tenure with Tatum and Brown has been typified by underwhelming performances, playoff failures, and outright choke jobs. It looked like they might have just maybe gotten beyond all of that after their gifted title run last year, as literally every marquee player in that conference got hurt to clear them an easy pathway into the finals. But this year started with their typical underachieving ways, as the Cleveland Cavaliers jumped all over them out of the gates, leading the Celtics wire to wire for the 1 seed out east. And look, had they not screwed around and captured the 1 seed, would Tatum have been in this situation at all last night? Hell, had they not screwed around in this series and just swept the Knicks as they should and had been up 3-0 in that game as they should, would he have been in this situation? Could have, would have, should have hypotheticals I'm certain that would be haunting me if I were Tatum, or any member for that matter of this Boston Celtics team. But those are questions that make no sense to ask at this point. Just lamenting an absolutely abhorrent injury to a guy who perhaps, yes, I have been overly harsh on in the past, but a player I respect greatly and a good kid both on and off the court. Ultimately, though, you never want to see anyone sustain any level of injury, let alone this one. This, perhaps, the worst of all injuries imaginable, the dreaded Achilles tendon, one that has claimed the careers of several all-time greats. And sure, Kobe Bryant and Kevin Durant technically both played after their injuries, but did they ever truly make it back? Kobe played in just 107 of a total possible 246 games following his Achilles rupture. Meanwhile, Durant has played in just 274 of a possible 472 games since his Achilles injury, and that one came at just the age of 30. Now, Tatum does have the benefit of youth. He's only 27, but sadly, there are no guarantees with this injury. Tatum, meanwhile, was smack dab in his best playoff game of the entire season at the time of the injury, a 42-point, 8-rebound, 4-assist, 4-steal, and 2-block masterpiece on 72% true shooting percentage. His aforementioned 4 consecutive first-team All-NBA selections make him just one of 43 players in league history to have that many. while he is second in playoff history with points scored through his aged 27 season. Tatum was authoring a historically great career, but there is no doubt the trajectory of his peak is now very much in question. One thing, though, that isn't up for debate is that the Celtics, who have been great without Tatum this year, posting an 8-2 record in 10 games he missed during the regular season and last round of the playoffs, lack the character and high-end leadership to overcome this current 3-1 deficit. So the Celtics season ultimately will also be likely swiftly coming to an end any day now. And their offseason will get underway more quickly than they or really anyone else could have imagined. An offseason which will likely include several changes to this current roster as we have known it. Many thanks for joining me, guys, and if you are new here, please do make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications to stay up to date with more from me. Until next time, guys.